Step inside the vibe, welcome to the flow. From the mind of Lil Joe, where the stories grow. Laid back wisdom, smooth as Sunday brunch. A life of thought, he hits you with the punch. Lil Joe's mind, a maze of gold. From jokes to truth, stories untold. Pull up a chair, let the convo roll. It's the mind of Lil Joe, feeding your soul. Talking about the world from the wild to the mild. Every topic on the table, thoughts free and wild. Chill like a summer breeze, groove so divine. From the cosmos to the corner, all intertwined. Retro funk with a lo-fi swing. Chill rap waves, let the podcast sing. Wisdom laced in humor, truths in disguise. Lil Joe dropping gems, open up your eyes. From late night laughs to early morning rants. Philosophies dance while the rhythm enchants. Relax, kick back, it's the vibe we sow. Straight from the mind of Lil Joe, let's go. Lil Joe's mind, a maze of gold. From jokes to truth, stories untold. Pull up a chair, let the convo roll. It's the mind of Lil Joe, feeding your soul. Lil Joe's mind.
The Exchange Club Family Center is here to help parents learn how to provide a safe and healthy nurturing home environment. If you would like to be a part of the program and live in Nassau, Baker, or Clay counties, please go to the Exchange Club Family Center website at exchangeclubfamilycenter.com. Or if you'd like to become a member of the Exchange Club here in Jacksonville, please also go to our website again at exchangeclubfamilycenter.com.
Did you know, only a few years ago, getting on TV was almost impossible for small businesses? Today, everything's changed. Now real access belongs to everyone. For decades, it took deep pockets to get your message on TV or radio. The big companies had all the power, leaving everyday people and businesses out in the cold, but not anymore. At Purpose Inspired TV, we believe everyone deserves a voice. We make it easy and affordable to put your content on platforms like Roku and Fire TV. No huge budgets, no tech headaches, just a clear path to reaching millions. We're not just another tech company. We're your bridge to new opportunities. Whether you're a business, an organization, or a dreamer with a message, this is your moment, so why not take that next step? Purpose Inspired TV, access to the world for everyone.
All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. So I got a special guest here today. Out of all those many days, I done wore my shirt thousands of episodes, and now I don't have the same shirt on. You can tell me.
Okay. Good evening, everybody.
I'm checking my mic. Yep, the mic looks good. Y'all know a lot of times I forget to hit the mic. But we got a great topic today, but before we get into that topic, I got a bone to pick with Facebook. Yeah, I'm calling out Facebook. Why when I go live, it's blocking my live from certain people's pages? I could be in a room with people, they could be right there and they can't see my live. And right now, I can see the live on my phone, but she can't see it on hers. So, Facebook, talk to me. What's going on? Why are you blocking that? Why are you blocking? But, so we can, while she's working on that, just a little bit of background of what we're going to be talking about. A lot of the stuff that's going on in the world. We're going to be talking about kids and I don't know. It's just what's going on with the kids today. Even stuff that respect for the elderly is missing. The kids are more bolder than. Well, I know there was some bad kids back in the day. I know. Even back in my mom's day, there was some bad kids fighting all sorts of stuff going on. But I still think it was a level of respect, a special respect for people, elderly, older than you. Not even got to be elderly. Somebody that's older than you, and respect for authority. Even if you didn't agree with it, you have respect for authority. But some places, that is lacking. So that's what we brought. We could be discussing this story today. You know, most of everybody, when a lot of people, everybody don't know, but it's a story about a mother. So I'm gonna let you go ahead and kick it off, and I can tell you, we can dive into it.
Okay. Hey, everybody. So I told you I wanted to go live tonight because after I saw the video of the mother in Chicago that was attacked by the middle schoolers, well, actually the mother and her children were attacked by the middle schoolers, I was pissed. I was really, really pissed. And before we get into it, I'm just going to say I'm not arguing with nobody about how they feel, about what I have to say, about how I feel it should be handled, because what happened should have never happened. And I think the way I feel about it, a lot of people feel the same way I feel. So if you haven't seen the video, I'm going to show the video.
I am.
Joe's going to show you the video, and then we can go from there.
So I got a little bit of background. What's the lady's name?
It is
Korshanda.
Korshanda Hatter. She's 33.
Yeah.
Korshanda.
We'll go ahead and read it since you didn't start reading it.
I don't have to read this. Well, Korshanda.
I just what she got. His 9-year-old son was attacked.
Her 9-year-old son and her 6-year-old daughter were attacked. The 9-year-old has been bullied for 2 years. 2 years, and the little boy that has been bullying him, she has gone to the school. She's gone to his mom, and nothing has happened. Every time she's gone to the school, she said that they say that they're always in a meeting. She took him out of the school, but she recently returned him back to the school. And I kind of get it, you know, based on, you know, what I saw. And, you know, she might have not had the means of, you know, it could be transportation, trying to get him there on time. It could have been anything as to why she didn't keep him there. So I kind of get that. But,
well, good news. They moved her away.
yes.
They got her another place, another school. But,
But wait a minute. Now, she had just recently got out of the hospital she has sickle cell. And she probably was going through a crisis. I actually heard someone discussing her, and they were saying that she said that I guess they almost lost her earlier this month, but God gave her a second chance. And then she has to deal with, these kids acting like animals. Because I can't say what I want to say. But I'm going to let Joe show the video, and then I'm going to just get into how I feel.
there's a lot of graphic ones out there, but I'm using one from Fox News. I'm not too happy with some of the stuff the Fox News play, but they had the story on it. So I'm going to play this, but let me see. I'm not going to play the whole thing. I try to get a short one, but here we go. We just play to a certain point. And screen. And sorry.
So outrage in Chicago after video captures a mother and her 9-year-old son being harassed and then badly beaten by grade school children while walking near a school. We talked to two leaders of that Chicago community in just a moment, but first, let's go to Mike Tobin live there with the details. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning. Parents and, frankly, people all over Chicago are now kind of horrified and outraged at this video that's not going viral. It has gone viral of a mother and a 9-year-old son who were mobbed and beaten by a group of school-age bullies. Now, the video is a bit brutal, so be ready for that. But it shows this mother and the aggressiveness of the kids increasing as Korshwanda Hatter tries to protect her son. Finally, this mob of youngsters started to strike Korshwanda and her 9-year-old son. They were both knocked to the ground, and the beating continued.
Hey, fool, let my homie go. Let my homie go. Let my
She says her son had been bullied at She says her son had been bullied at school for 2 years, and the school did nothing to protect him, so she showed up to walk her kids home. Now, Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson did say, he put out a statement on X that he was deeply disturbed, and we should not attempt to normalize this type of senseless violence. Chicago police put out a statement saying both victims were transported to Trinity Hospital in serious condition. No one is in custody at this time. The Area 2 detectives are investigating. And Illinois State Senator Willie Preston said this video is a symptom of something that's been going on for a long time, that the kids have not been held accountable and the parents have not been held accountable for the actions of their children. Guys, back to you.
All right. Thanks so much. So our next guests know this family very well. Chicago Councilmember Joseph Williams met with the mom after the attack, and Pastor Corey Brooks, founder of Project Hood, knows the boy who attends his after-school and summer programs. Gentlemen, thanks so much for joining the program. Pastor, you know, this is something that you have been working with for years now, trying to stop nonsense like this with our young people. What's going on?
Well, unfortunately, this is the cycle that we continue to see in the city of Chicago, where violence is so rampant and parents are being held unaccountable. And that's the reason why I'm walking across America, trying to get people to wake up in our urban areas so they can understand the magnitude of the issues that we're faced with every single day. Chicago is just a microcosm of what's going on across America. These young people are unruly. They have no moral compass. And we need organizations to really work hard to make sure we change the direction of our neighborhoods. If we're ever going to change the trajectory of our young people, we got to catch them early. We got to continue to do the work. But the tragedy is, in Chicago right now, we're facing some devastation that has been going on for years, and we need to get a handle on it.
This is what the mother had to say about this incident. Let's play it.
I'm trying to get justice for my son. They fought my son, they hit my son first, all in his face. Then they dragged me in the grass and pulled my little baby hair.
We haven't held these kids accountable. We haven't held parents accountable. No mother should be that helpless and be targeted by children inside of her own community.
Councilman, where is the fear and respect? I remember growing up, we were afraid of the neighbors because we knew that they was going to get us, and then our parents was going to get us when we got home as well. None of that respect seems to exist anymore, Councilman.
Yeah, you know, I completely agree. I think we've gone away from that, and we have to get back to those days. I think no mother and child, or children rather, should have to experience something so traumatic. To look at that video and to see you guys replay it, it's a horrifying video. I mean, it shows the disrespect. No child should ever feel comfortable putting their hands on an adult. And I think, as Senator Preston said, and many have said it, is that this has gone on for so long, right? The mother has come to the school and talked about this, and nothing had been done about it. It had not been addressed. And the thing about it is that, you know, I was glad to be there to be a support to that family and to help them through the process. But this is so much bigger than just that school. This is happening throughout the Chicago public school system. Many children are being bullied, and we have to put measures in place and make sure that those parents' voices are being heard and that those children's voices are being heard. Because if not, this can really overspill into something even bigger, I believe.
It's so
Alrighty. That's crazy. It is crazy. There's a whole lot of different areas to discuss, a whole lot of finger pointing. But let's start with you. Who's the first person you think is to blame?
I think it starts at home. I personally think it starts at home. I think the kids need to be charged, and I think the parents should be charged as well. And I know some people, they're not going to agree with me, but I do. I think if the parents were charged with what, along with the kids, with some of these things that the kids do, the kids wouldn't do some of the things that they would do, and parents would be more aware of the things that their children do when they're outside of the home. Now, the way those kids beat up that lady and taunted her and cursed her was ridiculous.
I don't think, well, one thing for us, I'm just go that, there's one rope. My next thing I got to hear, what's the definition of bullying? So one thing is the continual doing things daily, but when that mother was there, that's not bullying. That was a brutal attack. So to say bullying, that's like undermining or downplaying what really happened. That was a brutal attack against the mother that they didn't have any respect for, and the children. So just all around disrespect. So that's bullying to the next level. So I know they're trying to say the school system is to blame, but the school system is not supposed to raise the kids.
I think the teachers are now afraid of the students because look at all the students that are beating up teachers and fighting teachers.
Yep, and a lot of teachers, what are they supposed to do? I see, I think Trump just signed something. I don't know. I think it's gonna make, it's like pouring gas on the fire. He just signed an executive order to allow teachers to bring back corporate punishment, but I don't think that is the easy fix.
A paddle.
Yes, and what teachers at this point is so far. A lot of them are so far gone, or so wild and buck wilding. So you telling me that the only way corporate punishment will work if you have a level of fear and respect for authority. And if you don't have that level of fear and respect for authority, you're going to be fighting the teacher, or you're going to come back with a weapon and to cause even more harm. So the teachers would be putting their lives in danger if they try to bring corporate punishment to some of these kids.
So I'm gonna just tell you, had it been any of my children, I will have beat the brakes off of them, and I'm just being straight up and honest. I would have beat the brakes off of them, and I would have let them hear whatever charges need to be brought against them. It is what it is. Because I've always taught my children, you do the crime, you do the time. And I've also taught them, you don't disrespect adults. And the way those kids talked to that lady and jumped on that lady and jumped on her kids, that was crazy. Like a bunch of animals. And nobody has still yet to say, why was this 9-year-old boy being bullied? He's 9. These are middle schoolers. What could this 9-year-old boy have done to y'all for y'all to bully him? And then for y'all to be so disrespectful to the point, he's walking with his mom. And y'all still did not care.
Well, I hear that. One thing I want to is, I've heard a couple of times throughout this story, some of the neighbors or some of the people that know about the situation, saying that the kids pretty much raise themselves. So it's a lot of it's got to do with some culture, and we don't know the situation. You know, I know it could be some economic situation where some parents are working multiple jobs, everything, but you still have to be able to raise and control the children. You know, like when we was growing up, a lot what they call us the latchkey kids, where sometimes the parents will be at work when the kids get home and they have to let themselves in, but they had a level of respect and discipline that the parents instilled in them, and I say them, I mean us and me, and my siblings, that we knew better. And as soon as we did one little thing wrong, it was gonna get addressed. We was gonna get punished for it. But now today, it's like the kids are telling the parents what to do and telling them, you can't tell me anything, you can't do anything, you can't punish me. So now, yeah, you got this level of buck wildness going around.
But our parents put fear in us too. So we knew not to try them, and we knew not to play, and we knew how far to go. Man, if we didn't say, yes ma'am, yes sir, or yeah, huh, what? Like, who you talking to? We just knew not to do that stuff.
You don't. Well, I'm just saying, it ain't just new. It was taught.
Exactly. But we knew, you know, if they looked at you, you got straight.
All of it was taught. And I think a lot of kids, there's a lot of parents, like I said, I go back to what I was saying before. The school is not the parents. The school's job is not to raise the kids. The teacher's job is to teach a particular subject, and the parents are the ones that's supposed to raise them. Then they got influenced by their friends. So if the friends got more influence over your child than the parents, that's what you're going to get.
Well, and what gets me is one of the little girls' mom comes up, and she supposedly gave an apology, and she's telling everybody, y'all remember, she said something about basically not saying anything out the way to the little girl because she's a child. She was still a child when she was disrespecting that lady, and she threw the first punch. And you feel like because she's a child, she's the captain of her cheerleading squad, she make A, B honor roll, what else she said? She was homecoming queen. Like, she should get a pass. No, ma'am. She threw the first punch, and then she gets up there and said, peer pressure. You threw the first punch. I don't think so. And then it didn't look genuine to me. You just got caught, that's all. Because you still give me the impression that you would go back out there and do it again to somebody else. No. Then you got the auntie taunting and making fun of the lady. Somebody auntie, one of the other kids' auntie, making fun of the lady. That lady is sick. And y'all proud of y'all kids beating up an adult? This world, that's sickening.
It's on that mob mentality. But I got a question. I think I got it at the end of, where's my question? Well, let's see. What if the mother, the one who was attacked, ended up hurting some of those kids that was attacking her?
You already know what would happen. She's in the hood. It would have been a mob come after her, and she probably would be dead unalive right now. Because they probably was coming after her. Or they'd have made a big deal about it, and she would have been arrested.
So it is something it is a level of self-defense, but if they got that mob mentality, it was too much for her to even defend herself in that situation.
Well, they already said she had just got out of the hospital and she was weak.
I mean, whether you're weak, there's still a woman in it. There could be a grown man.
And I feel like she personally was more so trying to protect her children than to fight the kids back because they were yelling.
But it was no.
Mommy, help me! And the little boy, he was like shielding his mama.
Yeah, so it was nothing that she could do. Even a grown, muscular man, there's still a certain level, a certain amount of kids that can attack him that's going to overwhelm him. So I don't see, um, anybody really in that situation.
And
to-
what was, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
What was even more sickening was, they were saying she was pregnant at first, although she was not pregnant. But what if she was pregnant? These kids did not even care. She took her and her kids across the street to get away from the kids. Y'all followed her. Now, had she been slanging bodies everywhere, then it would have been an issue, which I feel like that's what she should have did. Whatever. I don't care who fell, whatever. You're talking about these kids, but you're fighting a grown woman. Then you snatch her son from her, push him down to the ground. It was just too much. And then the 12-year-old that snatched the little girl's hair, you're 12. The little girl was 6. I say all of them need to go to boot camp and take the parents with them. And I also feel like y'all want to be big and bad and fighting adults. Put them where the real big and bad adults are. Let them get a taste of their own medicine. Now that's how I feel.
Well, that's true. So, but it's still that one situation. If you do catch the people that's still not solving the issue, especially you just said like the auntie and other people, they still have that same mentality.
Take them with them.
You can't be. It's not that easy. You can't just go around arresting everybody, and they didn't have anything to do with
Whoever
it.
raised them.
I know you can't arrest people for being bad parents or non-present parents.
It's just crazy. Like,
And that's it goes back to the school too. I mean, they want this to attack the school, or I mean, you're taught to be a bully. You're taught those things at home, and if they're talking about the school should have did more, the school, it starts at home.
and I also feel like people will say a lot of times, well, the parents don't know what the kids doing outside the home, or they don't know what they're doing when they're not around them. You kind of know how your children are. You kind of got an idea how your children are.
Yeah, but they know how the kids are. But then again, there's some of them they don't have. Like let's go back now. Let's look at a community, looking out for the community. What like the councilman, like what is set up if your parents going to work. So if you don't go to work, you can get dogged out. Why you sitting at home on welfare? Why you sitting at home on food stamps? Okay, now you go to work. Why you not at home taking care of your kids? So which is it? What do you want? You want to go to work, or do you want them at home? So that's where the community should come in. That's where the community centers and stuff for the kids to do and be more involved with, and for people to look out for each other in the community center. So, but it's still, if you don't have discipline with your kids at home, and you just gonna drop them off at the school and expect them to teach them discipline, that's not gonna happen. So I can understand somewhat with the school, but majority of my blame is towards the parents and those kids. Listen to the other kids.
I totally agree. It starts at home, and I do feel like there should be some repercussions as is with the parents as well. Did you see the response from the other little girl, the one that apologized? Did you see the response? You want me to read it? I'm gonna read y'all what the response was from the little girl that gave the fake apology. Yeah, I said fake apology. So it says, let me say this. First, my daughter is a grade A kid. She's an AB student, captain of the cheerleading team, ahead of her class, and some other S.
So she can't wait. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Go ahead.
So she can't even respond without cussing.
Okay.
All right. So who did she send that letter to?
She posted this on Facebook. Her name is Jazz St. Patrick.
For the world to read.
For the world to read.
So she don't know how to what's the word? To say type or send an email out for the world to read without even cussing.
This is the one who dog through the first punch.
Okay.
Okay. All good things from every teacher. If you know, you know. We don't owe nobody an apology but that lady and her kids. So all y'all grown MFs looking for a viral moment, please shut the F up, because kids gonna be kids, and it's kids out here that did way worse. S. Let alone y'all A, when y'all was 12 or 13-year-olds. Y'all used to be out here beating up crackheads and all. I didn't know nothing about a crackhead. I heard crackhead till I got older. But anyway. Y'all don't know us at all. She was peer pressure. Miss threw the first punch. If you know my family, you know if we find a friend in a MF, we're going to stand behind them 100% no matter what. But this is definitely a lesson learned. She was held accountable for her actions. Y'all, TB, I don't know what that is. It takes a village. B, she got a castle, the F. And everyone standing 10 toes behind her. I was never going to go live making y'all MS feel no type of way. Once again, we don't owe y'all no apology. F y'all MFs know what's going on in real life. And know my kids not raised like that at all. Feel how you want. F y'all.
You just explained exactly how your daughter is raised. What other message we supposed to get out of that? That is so that her daughter's doing exactly what she was trained to do.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And you expecting a different result and mad with people, and it really bothers me when kids will be kids. You say that with your kids, but then as soon as somebody do something to your kids, you're not going to say the same thing. You're not going to say no kids will be kids.
Absolutely.
You're going to want justice, but kids will be. And how she already, didn't it just happen?
Yeah, she was the first one that came out.
But how she already got her punishment?
She said she got punishment. Y'all, let me
Like
tell
what?
y'all, if my kids would have been on their live talking they wouldn't have been able to get nothing out because, look, trust me, the police might be knocking at the door. Man, we're going to arrest you for child abuse. Because, baby, before they got a hold of them, I would have had to get a hold of them first. They'd have been on live.
How old is she?
Who, the little girl?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I know she's in the 8th grade. How old are you in the 8th grade? 13? 12? I don't know.
8 plus 5. 13.
Yeah.
You just add 5 years to the grade.
Oh. Well, whatever.
You go to school, you start kindergarten, you're 5, right?
Yeah.
Just add 5 if she hadn't failed.
I
So
can't
first
see
of all,
how
she
come.
wouldn't be in any kind. Talking about she the cheerleader.
She wouldn't be on.
She used to be a cheerleader.
She wouldn't be on nothing.
She used to go to that school. Let me
Put
see.
them in military schools. You know
I'm
what?
bad, yes.
Y'all remember the show Scared Straight?
Yeah, that's what Ashley. I was gonna put
They
that
need
in
to
there.
bring it back.
That's a show. We needed. Do they
They need to put the kids in there with the big and bad kids in there with the
Yes.
big and bad people and let them spend some time in there.
overnight, not just
No. Not overnight. They need to do some time in there. Because what you did to this kid, them people will always remember that. That lady said her son wakes up screaming, asking, Mom, are you here? Overnight, it's not going to be enough for them. Miss on there covering her mouth.
But
Man, please, they need some months.
and that's more than well. It's still. What's the point of punishing the daughter when the mama's gonna turn right back around and fill it right back up with the same craziness that
I
she
just
that
say
she
put
did
her
before.
mama in there with her. I feel like if parents get charged with some of the things that with some of the things that their kids do, they will start paying more attention to their children. Because you have some people that really don't pay much attention to the kids. I know one thing, if I paid very little to my child, but I knew, okay, if Chris go out here and he does whatever, it's gonna not only get him locked up, but it's gonna get me locked up too. Yeah.
There's still a lot of unraised people becoming parents. They wasn't taught right from wrong. They wasn't taught right properly, and then they have kids and they spread the same thing. That's what I heard in that email that you just read. Well, she wasn't trained she wasn't properly trained. She wasn't raised properly. And then she taught that to her daughter. But the good thing, I guess, she got good grades. Yes, she's a cheerleader, but still no character. You still don't know how to act when you're outside the school walls. But a lot of times, sound like the mama taught her that.
It's like with the things that she has going on in her life, she should be an example for the people under her. But she's not. Miss Peer Pressure.
So that's how is she a cheerleader? Cheerleader, those type are like leadership positions. So they should be the first to go. You're going to read this one.
As she says, we're going to read a few comments. All that the mama naming doesn't get her daughter into heaven. The mama is a poor representation of character for her child.
Yeah, that's like, so no matter what, you take her out of the situation, mama going to put it right back in her.
And Keisha said the letter was just as disrespectful. And it really was. Because you're coming out here cussing us out because we feel how we feel.
But the lady's beat up, the children are beat up, and the mama coming, children would be children, kids would be kids. That's your defense.
Y'all, I've heard people say they would have been pistol whipping those kids, throwing blows at those kids. I've heard so many people saying so much. And she was a tiny lady.
And let's read that one.
Move that.
It's right there.
Keisha said the kids probably don't care about their parents either. Exactly, Keisha. They probably don't care at all. But the good gotta suffer with the bad sometimes. The good gotta suffer with the bad.
So I saw that the police had to surround the school to keep the neighborhood from going in there.
I saw that. I saw that. And then the auntie was on there saying that they live behind the school and they should have came behind the school. Something I heard that lady saying. I was just like, you know what? It's ignorance.
So there's generations of that. But no repentance, no real apology. So I guess they was like, oh, the little boy said something out of the way, so everybody in his family deserved to get beat up.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
So my...
yeah, that made me so angry. So angry. And I didn't even see the video. I was listening to a live somebody else had, and I just heard the kids screaming for their mom, and it just brought tears to my eyes. Then I look at the video, and I'm just seeing the little boy hugging his mama as if he's trying to protect her. He's trying to protect his mom, and he's 9 years old.
So what should happen to her and the rest of the crew?
I already told you. I ain't changing the way I feel about it either.
Okay, so now should they be charged as an adult?
Yeah. What? You doing adult things. You fighting adults, you beating adults. You don't feel like I feel, I know. I feel like they should be held handled like adults. Miss cussing the lady out, jumping on her. Did you see the one that ran and jumped it?
Yeah, that's all of them. And then they said the same crew.
It's
Jump
terrorizing
somebody
the
up.
neighborhood. These same kids terrorizing the neighborhood. They were some lady was saying they tried to kick her door in. Lock them
Hey.
up.
At least one. I'm saying at least. It used to be maybe boys doing a lot of this. Now it's girls. I don't know. Was it 50-50? Was it the same amount of girls as boys? I guess they don't know. They don't have everybody. And it sounded like if she would have went through the first punch, like I see a lot of mouth, people running their mouth, and I guess that lady couldn't have been saying it so
She
much.
wasn't. She,
But
yeah.
so now we see girls have some taking that position that the boys used to do. But it still would be. I was like, the boys used to have a certain level. Even when there was fighting and killing, they won't fight no woman.
Or
They won't
children.
fight no girl and won't fight no children. So so the baddest people that's locked up in prison right now, they would not harm women, girls, and children. They is in like a certain age, but now it's like all that's thrown out the window.
Keisha said, I don't think they should be charged as adults on a first offense, but should have to spend a good 30 to 60 days in juvenile. The reason I say they should.
The school is
They-
juvenile.
Well,
Right, I'm
here's the
sorry.
thing, because I'm listening to how they're talking to this lady, and then I looked at how they was beating on this lady. This like first of all, if one of those kids had hit her with one fatal blow, one of these children hit her with one fatal blow, she would have been gone.
The little boy hit his head in the concrete.
Yeah, exactly. And they said they kept hitting his head on the concrete.
So they was trying to kill him.
And my thing is, this is he's 9 years old. Y'all are middle schoolers. What did this 9-year-old boy do to you for you to taunt him and his family? Lock them up.
But I understand with the locking them up, but
I don't.
what's the results?
Give them a year in jail.
But what's you locking them up with the same people?
Well, maybe they'll be rehabilitated.
How? Ain't no rehabilitation going on in there.
Well, hey, I can't worry about that. I'm looking at a lady that she did absolutely nothing to you.
Okay, that's true.
Not this lady. She had almost lost her life anyway on, I think it was November the 4th, but like she said, God spared her life. Like they said, she's gravely ill. You don't just go around picking on people, and these same kids are terrorizing their neighborhoods. So it's not a first offense, nothing. These kids are terrorizing the neighborhood. I saw a video today where they were saying that they found one of the other kids where they lived. I guess they were squatting, and that the mom had, it's like five of the kids. But to me, that's all the more reason to be nice to people when you don't really. Well, I'm nice to everybody all the time anyway. But
No, that's a different environment to talk about being nice. I know
you
it's.
still don't have to bully the neighborhood.
I know.
Trying to
But-
kick in people's doors.
So they learned it. So that it was learned. It was taught. So it wasn't changed. So I know not to justify it. I know he's certain
Yeah,
certain
there's no
neighbors, certain
justification for it.
but certain neighborhoods, you and I would not survive. We don't know the language. We don't know how to. Yeah, I'm serious. Like, oh, he look like he's
in
not.
that category, y'all.
You too. You can look at that. Oh, hey, child, look at that. Man, they can like them just white black folks from out of town. They'll skin us alive. So I
I'm
know
gonna call my friends to come get me. Keisha, you coming?
certain neighborhoods we won't make it a block, 2 blocks. So we understand that. As not even a racial thing. It's all you can find all sorts of black, white, Chinese, whatever. You go to the wrong neighborhood, at the wrong time, might not make it out. So if you had to live in that neighborhood, you got to learn how to live in it.
survive, I get it.
To survive. But that wasn't a survival thing, what they got going on.
But now
So
Keisha comment. She says they are emulating what they have been exposed to. Environment, music, TV, video games, in my opinion. Keisha said they come. I know y'all coming.
That's so true.
Right, but here's my thing. You gotta, just because you're,
no, I mean,
you don't have to
but
be
you're
a part of that.
feeding it. Let me totally different story. I'm gonna tell this real quick. There was a man having problems with his kids, with his daughter. Daughter was buck wild, doing all crazy stuff, you know, everything, just everything in the books. I don't say all the different things that she was doing. So they asked the pastor, "Come pray for my daughter." The pastor goes to the house. He said, "Here's my daughter. No, I don't want to talk to your daughter. Take me to her room." So I took her to her room, and in her room was all these satanic posters and posters from the different music that she listens to, different movies that she watched, and all these different things. It's showing what she's been fed. And the pastor said, "I'm not praying for her. You allowing your child to consume this stuff, and the results from her consumption is what you get. I'm not praying for her because you're still going to continue to feed that same stuff. Not until you step up and be the father and control what she's eating, because whatever, you know, everything that you watch and listen to, you pretty much, you're feeding and becoming that. So that don't even got to be a pastor for anybody. So when he said she's getting fed that, praying for her is not changing, but she's still getting fed.
Because it's still there.
It's keep on still coming back in. So I'm wasting my time praying. God's like, what? I'm not you feeding that. You letting them eat this, and you wanted me to pray and change, and she still eat the same diet. So it's similar. We can continue to treat what a lot of the music. I don't listen to that music anymore, but the stuff that's in the music is so, oh my goodness, so horrible, and it's everywhere. They sprinkle it in everything, but we are letting the children consume it, and then wondering why. Even the small kids. Somebody was like, I said something about Coco Melon, but it's some of the little kids with attitudes and they're rude to people and talking nasty to people. So they're teaching the kids this at an early age. And then when they get older, like, why they acting like this? Do you know what you was feeding them? A lot of times we don't pay. Hey, take this device, go watch TV. You got unlimited channels, go whatever, and then they come out cussing and doing that whatever. That's what they were doing on the last episode, and a lot of parents are afraid. I know it's a lot of parents are afraid of their children. They don't know what to do. So I guess send them to school. Well, as long as they're at school, I'm at peace.
That's what I said. I said a lot of parents are afraid of the students, but the teachers are also afraid of the children as well. So they don't do anything. So
they pass them on. The parents, like, they're at school, I'm safe while they're at school. Then the teachers, oh no, I got to deal with this while they're at school. I can't wait to school over with so they can go back home. So there's ping pong.
And y'all, I used to want to be a teacher, but, you know, I don't do disrespect well, and they probably have me like this, with my number written across it. Because these kids too disrespectful.
So, there go Keisha again.
What's it saying?
Look up.
You can't see, you can't read it.
It's right there.
I know.
But you keep looking down when you're on TV.
Most people don't know. Most people don't know that is what they are consuming within the music if they are not aware of it or in the world.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Y'all remember what's the pastor at McLaughlin, when he had that sermon, you can't walk with God while running with the devil. Did anybody ever see that? I think we still got it somewhere. That was
It's
so
it's
good.
a lot.
That was
Well, that's
good
that music
sermon.
back then. Now, you know, a lot of people, a lot of kids. It's a big trend going around with 6, 7. So, it
6, 7.
you heard a lot of. Well, I guess since you haven't seen it, you can see it all over the place now.
What is that?
It's a trend now. Whenever somebody says 6, 7, the kids goes wild and crazy. But it's from a rap artist. It was in his music. But basically, that artist pretty much proclaiming he said he's a pretty much a Satan worshiper. So the kids are listening to his music, and that 6, 7 has something to do with like it's demonic. But
Okay.
it's still like it's just like a trend. And all we're doing is saying 6, 7, 6, and they're just going wild and crazy. But it's what the message where he's putting out is beyond just a little fun that everybody think they're having. And then parents, they don't know, they don't have a clue.
I didn't know what it meant.
But yeah,
I didn't know.
but that's where it came. It's from this artist. So if you go back and find out his music and see what his belief is, so he is pretty much getting people to say stuff, and a lot of different chants of different things are said in different songs are satanic worship or satanic chants, and we don't know. Or what's that song? It's not a satanic song, but well, I remember the Rehab song. It's another one like being depressed.
What rehab song?
What I'm talking? The girls like, nah. They said I need to go to rehab, and I said no, no, no. Yep. Well, she's dead because she didn't go to rehab.
The Caucasian girl with the black hair.
Yeah. But it's some other ones. It's one right now, and I heard Katie was singing a lot about depression. What's it? I forgot. It's like being depressed, but you put good music to some bad things, and people, especially kids, will keep singing it and saying it over and over and over again until it gets down to their spirit, and it becomes them. And then the parents, they don't understand why they're acting that way. That's one I say we need to know everything.
So, what would you suggest? Because now you're seeing kids fight the teachers. I heard somebody was, because I listen to other people's stuff. I watch more YouTube than I watch TV. They got on the bus and slapped the bus driver in the back of the head. My sister has told me that the kids are disrespectful on the bus. My other sister told me that as far as the kids in the school, that it's not really well, we know that ain't always true, but it's not always the kids, it's the parents. It starts at home. We put fear in our children. We put fear in our children. Like, don't try me. We did. And I think now the parents most of them are partying with the kids, being the kids' friend instead of being the kids' parent. And I know some people may not agree with me, but I'm just telling you some of the things that I see. I'm going to be your friend, but I'm going to be your parent first. And I'm still going to tell you, look, like, you better tone your voice down, or who you're talking to. I don't care if you get to be 50 years old and whatever. I'm still the parent. If my daddy said something today and I didn't agree with it, I'm not going to get smart in the mouth, because I still feel my daddy.
I had to find a Bible story kind of similar. I don't know if you heard of the story about Elijah when the kids was picking at him, calling him bald-headed. Well, they was calling him bald-headed. And I'm saying how did he say it was down here. It was 42 children picking at him, talking about him, calling him bald-headed. Then he said a curse. And the Lord sent 2 she-bears. And the she mauled all 42 of them. for picking at the man. So I'm not saying, but I did a little more digging. Did they kill all of them? They said maul. They might have not have killed all of them, but no, at least all 42 of them got hurt. So that reminded me. So those kids they've been doing this a long time. So
They have. You know, I never thought about it that way. For them to be comfortable doing what they did, they've been doing this a while.
that's what I say with adults.
They've been
If
doing this a
you
while.
you have no restraint, again, especially you do not mess with people that's way smaller than you, younger than you, and older than you. So they they don't even know what's the criminal creed. At least the criminals have some standards, so they don't even have that. So, and at this age, they're long ways gone. They can still be saved, but and even saying you apologize, you're sorry. That don't. Yeah, you can apologize, but you still gotta pay the consequences.
Absolutely. Did you think her apology was genuine?
I don't care.
No, but I'm
Not really.
asking
Well,
you. Did
no,
she look?
no, I don't. Especially the mama. The mama null and void anything the girl said. So,
Right.
so that's one thing. The mama null and void anything the girl could possibly say. And then if the girl do pretend she apologized, okay, thank you for your apology. The same punishment you're gonna get whether you apologize or not. You still getting the same punishment.
They just
Ain't no
still
mercy
been-
on this. No.
They'd have still been up there crying.
But I'm a cheerleader. Used to be a cheerleader. But I make good grades at this school. You don't go to this school no more. It's like everything possibly that could be done is gonna happen. So yeah, maybe that's the first time getting. I know Keisha's like maybe first time. What you call it? First time offense. I don't think they're first time offenders.
Oh, first time offense. Yeah.
First time offenders is his first time getting caught.
That's it.
But I understand. Yeah, don't. They still got a life. They can still redeem their life. It could
They
be.
can.
They can go down this road where their life is totally destroyed, but also can go down this road that can be restored. But I don't see just throwing them in the regular. Throwing them in what is it? The reform with the kids. I just see all you're doing is getting locked up with bad kids, and they just gonna be learning how to be even worse.
I say put them out there with the grown people, cause that's what you like to bother grown people. You like to beat on grown people. Put you out there with the big and bad people, so you can get a taste of what you really like, so you can see what it's really like.
Yeah, so that should be.
Cause putting them with the kids their age, that's just a slap on the hand.
Yeah, they just having a vacation, or they got to be even. So you were bad, you got to be even badder to survive in there.
Absolutely.
So I don't see that being the answer, but I say the community. But what community? You got to have the good community, the mama and the cousin and other people that thinks like.
Now don't
the
stop
mama
praying
do.
over them. Now still pray over them.
No, I ain't say that. But I mean, when we talking about the community needs to come together, you gotta have godly and community with some morals.
Absolutely.
You can have a community that don't have no morals, don't care nothing about nobody, and sound like that's the mom. No, you need somebody else. So anyway, they need some prayer, big time prayer. And the guy saying it's happening all over the country, but I say the root of the issue is at home. Start at home.
At home.
And still, people talking about you don't have to go to church, and the church. You get taught a lot of life lessons, life skills, how to be a better person in great ministries. That's the use of it. Like, you can just learn at home. That girl could have learned about how to be good at home. Did she? She didn't. So she needs to be around some good people. All right, you got 30 seconds. What you got to say to the people?
Why I got to be on the timer? Why I can't go over 30 seconds?
Because my hour's up.
But we got to pray for these kids, because they are different. They are definitely different.
All right, everybody. Have a blessed night.